Since this is the time of the new president, I wanted to talk about the whole presidential succession. Okay, and 21 adds up to a 5. Okay, five is energy. 5 is flamboyant energy and change. So what's happened is after the pandemic, which we were in a 4-year, which was slower and more into the home, 5 helps us be out there more. So, and thus we have a new president, and vaccines are coming in, and we have the opportunity to work with our energy to start making changes in our lives. Okay, so that's the 5. Okay, right. Now what I'm going to talk about, I want to share my screen here. Okay, so we talked about the 5. Okay, now this is a very interesting phenomenon. So here's the 44th, 45th, 46th. That's the succession of the presidency. Okay. And I have come up with an idea, okay, that maybe these 3 people came in for this reason, to have this energy. And so let's look at 44. So Obama was the 44th president. Now, when 2 numbers are the same, they are called master numbers because it's the power of both numbers. So 44 is the master builder, okay? And the 8, which it adds up to, is the charismatic leader. So having a 44-8 is the builder and the manifester in a very profound way. And Obama certainly was the first Black president. He shifted things. He started making things happen, new healthcare, lots of energy in the new, and people loved him. People felt his energy and wanted to connect with him, and he was very much into working with entertainers, Aretha Franklin, singing, he was very gregarious. So that's the power of the 44. And in our United States and all over the world, he was very well respected and helped us build in a new way and make change in our lives. Okay, so then we have 45, which adds to a 9, and that's Trump. Now, President Trump is an enigma, in my opinion. Okay, so it adds to a 9. Now, the 9 is all about transformation. The 9 is all about change and completion and seeing the bigger picture, seeing what it's all about in the bigger picture, okay? So why did he come in at this time? And we're talking in a very universal way. Why? Well, he really shook up the world, yeah? And the 9 in what we call the shadow is the lesson of each number. So the shadow of the 9 is, instead of seeing the bigger picture of things, instead of seeing transformation, 9 is like Gandhi, okay? Seeing the bigger picture and letting go of ego, the 9 can make changes in the world like Gandhi did without his ego. He worked with, connecting and transformation of his country, okay? Now, Trump is still all about transformation, And boy, in so many ways, you know, he really shifted, and, you know, in my viewpoint, he made everyone really confused and scared, but it still was transformation. And maybe we were supposed to have this at this time for us to shift and look at what is in my life as compared to your life, as compared to the world. And I think that he came here for that reason, you know. And what happened is that he was more into his ego than into shifting the world. It was more important for him to be in his ego. So there's the shadow, you know, the shadow of connecting to self before country. Okay. Then, but we had to have this. We had a pandemic. We had to have this to shake things up, really shake things up, you know. Now, then we moved to 46, President Biden. Okay. So 46, and 46 adds to a 1. And the 1 is new beginnings. The 1 is leadership. The 1 is taking a new path and being inspired.
This is really interesting, Greer. It just shows an example of how you can really put this numerology to use and to work. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. And we have like
so much to cover. I can't believe the time went by so
I know. Well, we have like 2 seconds left. I'll put up your slide again. So if anybody wants to contact you through your website, or can email you for their own personal year chart, that's the way to go. So